Hello everybody, how's it going? This is Richboywayne, aka the Specialist of Opportunity, and in today's video we're going to be talking about what to do with your $1,400 stimulus package. So let's get started. Okay, so a lot of you have probably checked your bank account and you've noticed a deposit in there. You noticed that you have a little bit more money that you didn't have before. So the question on everyone's mind is what to do with that money. What is the smart thing to do? I'll put it that way. But before we get into that, let's give a toast to our newfound wealthy, rich brethren. Welcome to the 1%. This is a toast for you guys. Cheers. We waited a long time for this. We waited for this. It has finally come. I think it's time for us to celebrate. So this is for you guys. By the way, this is grape juice. This is not wine, just in case you were wondering. But I think the question on everybody's mind today is what to do with that money. And the question, or the answer, is very simple. You have to ask yourself, what would the 1% do? Let's take, for example, Bill Gates. What would Bill Gates do? What would Warren Buffett do? And we have the answer to that question, according to Yahoo Finance. Let's go ahead and take a look, shall we? Okay, so if we look at Yahoo Finance here, it says that, no surprise here, Warren Buffett isn't getting a $1,400 stimulus check. Not that he needs it, but, the guy has, almost $100 billion. I don't think he really needs a stimulus check. But, however, even though he doesn't qualify for the stimulus check, he does offer advice for us. Listen to what he says here. Buffett says, whatever extra money lands in your lap, your first move should be to pay off credit card debt. Though he says the world is in love with credit cards, they're too costly. Now, I've often said that on my channel, and yes, I do promote that you have credit cards and use them responsibly. However, I understand things happen. But it's odd that Warren Buffett, one of the world's richest men, would say something like that. Why would he say that? Why would he say to pay off your credit card debt? Well, let's see. During Berkshire Hathaway annual shareholders meeting last year, held online for the first time, Buffett shared an anecdote about a friend who'd come into a windfall and sought his advice on what to do with it. It turns out she also had credit card debt of 18% interest, which is actually pretty cheap now because most credit cards have 26 or 29%. But we're not going to get into that. The billionaire that he understood many Americans were relying on credit cards because of the financial hardship related to the pandemic. At the same time, he said some people think of their plastic as a piggy bank to be raided. Yes, this is true. Way too often, we think of our credit cards as some kind of weird piggy bank loan type thing, or some kind of emergency fund that we can use when we wind up in situations. And that's really the wrong way of thinking, okay? You want to have an emergency fund set aside to where you don't have to rely on credit cards, because credit cards are evil. Credit card companies are evil. No, I'm just joking. But, in all seriousness, you don't really want to rely on those guys, okay? We've heard stories of credit card companies slashing their limits, slashing people's limits over the past year. And it's not something that you really want to rely on. Now, I get it. Times are hard. You got to do what you got to do. And usually in these types of situations, just like in 2008, people run their credit cards up. And those same people are the people that you see on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. And they're usually posting photos of their vacations. And they're saying to themselves, "Ooh, look at me. I'm on all these fancy trips. Ooh, look at the new car I got. Look at the new clothes I got. I got the new Yeezys that just came out. I'm balling out of control." But those same people, watch, those same people will be the first ones in a couple of months to ask you for $1. Watch. They'll be the main ones to ask you for money. Hey Wayne, can you lend me some money, man? I'm doing kind of down. Well, hold up. Wait a minute, because a couple months ago, you were doing pretty good. What happened? What happened? And, it all comes back to how do you manage your money. If a billionaire tells you to pay off your credit card debt, you probably should do that. It's probably a good idea too. Now, do I agree with this? Absolutely. Absolutely. I would say that you're better off paying off your credit card debt than you are investing in GameStop or Bitcoin or any of the other investments that are going on right now. Because with paying off your credit card debt, you have a guaranteed return. And of course, paying off Bitcoin investing in Bitcoin is kind of risky. And in my personal opinion, the ship is already sailed. You don't get on the ship when it's already in the ocean. You get on it when it's docked. I'm just saying. I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay? Same thing with GameStop. Same thing with everything. When everybody else is on it, just leave it alone. Don't even try to get involved in that. You're not going to miss out on anything, trust me. And I've seen it come and go. And every single time I've seen this stuff happen, and you try to get in, it's usually too late. But it's your money. You can do whatever you want to with it because it's yours. And I understand that some of you have bills to pay and you have to pay other expenses, and I get that. But what I'm suggesting to you would be to pay off your credit card debt if you can, or at least pay it down. I wouldn't recommend really paying it off because it's going to show as it's not going to help your credit at all. But if you can pay it down, something, like around 10% of your limit, hey, do it. As always, stay up, stay positive, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right? Stay tuned.
I don't ask, I just go for it, and I don't care who sees. I don't like to